Oh, snap. Check out the countdown. Oh, snap. That means ropes is going down. Let's get it. You better believe North Texas Wrestling is not going less to be the premier wrestling company. They just made a solid choice. He's signed. He's solid. He's Stonewall Remson. Watch him live with your boy Ty Asbury on Off the Top Rope Saturday night, live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This episode, too solid of an episode. I'll talk with Stonewall about what his plans are when he steps into an NTW ring.
Ty Asbury. Yeah. I need y'all to listen to me right now as I take you on this journey. Podcast journey. Only the greats can.
What is up, everybody? It's, of course, Off the Top Rope. It's Saturday night, and you know what's going down. I'm your boy, Ty Asbury, and tonight we have a solid episode for you because when you think of solid, I have a solid performer live and in prime time tonight. Of course, he is known for doing his work in Rhodes Wrestling Academy. Like I said, he's doing other things as well as now he is doing his thing with North Texas Wrestling. He is Stonewall Remson. Stonewall, my man. What's up?
How's it going, man?
Doing good, my brother. Doing good, man. Thank you for wanting to do the show. And like I said, it's an honor, man. I've been doing my research, look at what you're doing. You're doing a lot of terrific things. But first and foremost, I want to ask you, how you doing tonight? You being a busy guy, you got any time off tonight?
Oh, I'm actually just relaxing. I start my gym training back up. I only take my days off usually on Saturday or Wednesdays, and I just train either in the ring or in the gym. So just chill out today.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, sometimes chilling is good. And for you being a professional wrestler, you know, I guess relax the body, see who you're going to beat up next. And, you know, all the promotions are coming at you. So, but it's good for Stonewall to have a relaxing night. And it's well earned for you.
100%. But I'm looking forward to getting back in action as soon as possible to prove that I'm most dominant person here is soon to be a dominant person in professional wrestling, period.
That's all I want to hear. We like confidence from Off the Top Rope. Definitely confidence. Now, I want to ask you, of course, tonight being that it is January 28th, of course, on the Saturday night. So I want to ask you, of course, is that, you know, from Rhodes Wrestling Academy, North Texas Wrestling, I mean, you're doing so many things, Kingdom Sports Championship Wrestling. Like, how often does it hit you to say, like, man, I'm doing all these wonderful things? Like, you know, like sometimes you're dreaming and it's like, is this a dream? Like, how does it, like, hit you that all these places coming at you at once, man? Because you're a bad dude, man.
Man, sometimes I get lost in it and be happy about it, but then I got to get refocused because there's still people that doubt me. There's still people who don't think that I should be where I'm at. There's still people who think that I'm not worth their attention and time. I use that to fuel me. I use anybody who looks down at me, looks at me to think that I'm not there or wants to leave me on red, something I particularly hate. So unfortunately for that, I take that out from people I face in the ring. But as each month goes by, each person I put down, eyes keep opening up. So I don't really get lost about who I'm with. I only get focused on what my end goal is.
That's right, preach, bro. That's what I want to hear, man. Like I said, like I said, I've been a fan. When I saw your stuff, now I'm more of a fan talking to you on the show because, man, you got that don't give up attitude. And I'm gonna ask you, Stonewall, was there ever a time where somebody did doubt you and it stuck with you, where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna take this and make you a doubter, and you're going to say, I should have believed him? Did you ever have that time where maybe in wrestling or outside of wrestling where that happened to you? Because unfortunately, there are haters out there.
Unfortunately, I mean, it happens every day in this business. I could bring up screenshots or pictures and messages of me reaching out to try to get promotions or me trying to talk to people, and I either get left on red or somebody has nothing positive to say. Then I go and watch them promote somebody that ain't worth anything in that ring. But in this business, it's not about who you know. I mean, this business is not about how good you are. It's about who you know. Unfortunately, that happens a lot. But then you do have people that determine and keep proving who they are and go through that ranks. I'm probably going to take a long time to get to where I want to be, but when it comes down to it, nobody can doubt what I went through and what I proved to myself to get there.
That's right, man. Everybody, if you watch the show right now, like I said, give Stonewall a round of applause because his attitude is like he has that humble attitude. Like, I'm not gonna be cocky, but I worked hard to get here. I know I'm good. And like I said, you got that right mentality, and I can see that. And that's what I like, man, because I can tell you definitely worked hard to get where you're at. And like you said, you take it out on people in the ring, and that's what I want to see. I kind of like seeing people get beat up. So you do it right, man. So
it's fun to do though. I'm not gonna lie. Got one of the best jobs out here.
Yeah, I heard that, brother. I heard that. Now, you got a lot of fans right now. After the show, I guarantee you're going to be getting more fans after they watch the program. Now, what would you tell fans who haven't seen your work? What would you tell them, hey, look at this match I've done. Like, if a fan sees your match who doesn't know anything about you, what would they say after they see a Stonewall match?
Only one way I want to describe myself and my style. This whole predetermined thought about wrestling not being real, predetermined. You can think wrestling's not real, but when you see my match, you would know that I'm real.
Yeah, I like that. He's real. I like that. Like I said, you should, if you ever do a T-shirt, you should do just like, hey, I'm real as this gets. I'm just always see creative like with stuff like that. So, but
me and my team got this shirt coming up called "Let Him Fight." The hashtag. It's a movement we're trying to start that basically is about get me a fight. Like, I don't care about who it is, where it's at. Like I said, in this business, it's all about who you know, and I'm going through the part of I can beat whoever you know, who you think is better than me. Just let me fight.
That's awesome. Now, like I said, just let them fight. Can you let fans know, will that be like coming out on social media once you get more close to this becoming like reality? Like, how close are you to of getting this done so fans can know? Because I want to follow it too. So how close are you to getting this going?
We're working on, because I am a very do-it-yourself person. I have a screen print order coming up soon, so within at least a month or two, because you got to practice and do it. But Let Him Fight shirts hopefully will be available for pre-order. That I will personally wrap up. You'll get an autograph from me, and I will ship out at least by April timeframe.
April. Okay, so don't be surprised you see my name come up and say, "Oh yeah, Ty, that guy." Yeah, so don't be surprised if I hit you up for one. So I definitely want to be a part of that movement. So just let them fight. So like I said, man, much respect to you for getting that out there to your fans as well. Now, we talked about the fans. For wrestlers who've never been in the ring with you, who are watching the show, if they step in the ring with Stonewall,
they're gonna feel Stonewall.
Yeah, it's not gonna go so well. So yeah, you already answered the question for me. It's not gonna go so well. So that's what I'm talking about. Like I said, I definitely love that. You said it, man. Ty, don't even say it. Wrestlers who don't know beginning in the ring with me, they're going down. So enough said. Now, I made this clip for you, Stonewall, and when you see the clip, the question on there, like I said, definitely love, like it definitely just hit up with an answer, because the year of Stonewall was something everybody should take notice of. Check out the clip, everybody. Now, like I said, I love this right here. Like, yeah, North Texas Wrestling, you was doing so many things the year that you had. Now, I call it the year of Stonewall. Don't hate, because he is great. Now, when you do see the Stonewall, what's one word that comes to mind of how far you've come, seeing you beat people up, how you've progressed in the ring? Like what's one word to describe like how great you've gotten?
Intensity.
Oh yeah. I just love it, man. Like it's just, man. Whew. It's just like you just, I love it. You just don't care, and that's the way it should be. You just don't.
It's when you step in that ring, you're supposed to be ready for war. You're supposed to be ready for battle. You got people that go in there that want to entertain, so to speak. And I'm cool with that, because everybody has their place in this world. But who I am as a person, who I am in my life, what I've been through, I can't fake it. There's nothing fake about what I do. I can be calm and talk like this because I am who I am. There's no gimmick. There's nothing I try to pretend to be. You see me laughing and joking with you one moment, but if I get in that ring, I'll be as serious as a heart attack the next.
That's right. And I could definitely tell Stonewall that you were you. And pretty much this is another question that came to mind. If anybody came up to you and said, Stonewall, for my character in wrestling, what would you say? And it seems like to me that you would just say, just be yourself, because that you're you. You're
I mean, when I first got in this business, I tried to come up with a character. I tried to be entertaining. I try to follow steps that, because everybody has their two-piece when they want to say, you should do this, you should do that. And I try to follow it, but it never worked. It wasn't getting me anywhere.
Yeah.
That frustration led me to saying, F it, I'm just going to be myself. When I go in that ring, I'm going to do what I want to do, wrestle how I want to wrestle, talk how I want to talk, move how I want to move. Because why would I follow the footsteps of somebody else where it's not getting me anywhere else? But me being myself has always got me where I need to be.
Have you ever did you ever have a time where you were coming up with maybe what you wanted to say, how you wanted to be when you came through the curtain? Did you ever have a time where you came through the curtain and you were like, man, this character was supposed to be me, ain't me. I'm just gonna be me. Did you ever have a time where you stepped through the curtain and you're like, this ain't working?
Everything from last year when I first February of this year would be one whole year since I started wrestling. And February up to about when I went to Rose Wrestling Academy in August, I never knew who I wanted to be. I tried to be this. I tried different things. I tried doing that. And when I was at Rose Wrestling Academy and Dustin Rose, was teaching and learning, I became comfortable in the ring. Becoming comfortable in the ring, became comfortable with myself. And I just started being who I am. And then I stepped going out there. When I come out, I don't really care about try to acknowledge the fans, because it's a fight. When you see boxers come out and box, do you see a boxer try to play to the fan? When you see NBA players come out to play the game, they don't play to the fans. Yeah, football players that may come out to celebrate, but do you see them trying to shake hands with the fans? Do they worry about the fans? Do they worry about what's going around them? Don't even worry about their opponents, their objective, and when they came there. So when you see me come to the ring, and I still got people trying to say, well, you should engage with the fans. Fans engage with me because they know what I'm doing is real. They feel what I'm doing is real. So I don't need to try to patty or play to somebody that's not outside of who I am a character. I'm there to compete, not to shake hands or make sure the fans see that I'm smiling or doing something else or playing a character.
Exactly. Yeah. And you've gotten this far, like I said. I mean, and the fact is that you've been doing this for a short period of time wrestling, but like I said, it seems like you've been doing this for so long because you got the right attitude. You're just there for business. And the one thing I can't wait to see and is missing is for Stonewall Remson to have some gold. I know that's coming. I'm like, man, he would look so great with some gold. I know that's coming. So, sooner or later. So,
gentlemen, that's on my list. It needs to happen eventually. It was supposed to happen last year, but you can't get everything. But I accomplished everything on my list last year except for gold. And I feel like if I didn't go to Rhodes Wrestling Academy, I might have had it because I was gone for almost 4 months. That kind of took me out of the game, but that 4 months was needed for me to be better. So I'll take it. This year I am going to have gold and not in just one company. The question is, who will be first?
That's right. I mean, you got so many options. Like I said, of course, man, we were talking about, like I said, North Texas wrestling. I mean, you got, of course, as I was mentioning here, you got like the sports championship wrestling. You got so many opportunities. And think about the Stonewalls too, that wrestlers today, you guys have so many chances. I mean, because there's so many promotions out there. I mean, it's like your choices are endless. I mean, and like you said earlier too, with networking, I mean, promoters, emails, you see people got their emails on social media. So the sky is high for you, man, in this today's, I guess you could say, era of wrestling, because so much out there. Like, there's so many promotions. Where can you choose from?
That was always an issue with me. And anybody who's watching that's looking to be a pro wrestler, who are a pro wrestler that's stuck in one spot, find places that work for you. Something I kind of told a friend of mine before, because he's does promotions and he looks at all these so-called big name places, and they're no different from anywhere else. One place may be a big name because they're in a certain city. For instance, like if you're in Dallas, DFW area, Houston, you're going to have more eyes and attention because it's more of a bigger city. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do more for you. Also, if they can afford to get a name, you can pay $500 to $600 and get a big name to draw people to come there, and all of a sudden, like, you have a big promotion. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. I've been to small promotions that have great wrestlers that nobody heard of, wrestlers I know are better than some of these wrestlers I see in bigger promotions, but they don't have the name.
Yeah.
But if you promote yourself well enough, it will get you out. I have worked a lot of not big name promotions, but my name is getting out there for a lot of people because I make sure I put my content out. I'm real who I am. And now I'm starting to get advanced or get approached by some of these bigger companies I'm making my debut with later this year in DFW in Houston. because of that. So I never want to say you should look at a name of a place. You should look at what's going to be better for you, what's better suited for you. Because if you go to a place that's a big name, they're going to tell you how you should be, or they're not going to book you. Versus, why not come in with a name already solidified, and they'll take you for how you are.
Yeah. Stonewall, you said a really good point. When you go to promotion, they'll tell you how they want you to be. Sometimes can that be good or bad, but somebody telling you how you should be, you know how you should be because you know yourself. I guess that can be bad for the talent when this promotion says, hey, this, and this. I mean, how does that, how do you feel about that?
I believe it has its goodness and its badness because one, nobody's gonna know who you are but you. But sometimes you're not gonna know who you are either. When I first started, I was a lot bigger, not than I am now. I got toned up and got more muscular. Well, I was just huge at 335 pounds. Now I'm at 275, 280. I was always told that you just need to be the big monster, which is boring to me sometimes, but that's what I was told, so I went with it. I learned aspects of doing that I enjoy, but also learned aspects of it that wasn't working for me or I couldn't feel it. And you have to go through things to learn who you are. I had an idea who I wanted to be, and I tried it. That wasn't working either because I thought that's who I wanted to be. So I had to take aspects from this part, and I slowly started realizing, okay, this is who I am. This is who I like doing. So in the beginning, I believe you should try out different things. But once you start understanding who you are, stand by who you are and do it because you know what's working. And the crowd, the fans itself will tell you if it's working or not. And the crowd's like, oh, when they see my intensity and my look and my face and they're worried about it, it's obviously working. I can do a big slam and look like a big monster, but if I'm not feeling it or it's not working for me, it's not going to connect with me. So,
yeah, another thing too is like I said, being a big guy, you're in a generation of wrestling too, where we know the big guys back then, they can move, but not like you guys today, man. You big guys, y'all can move. I mean, I seen your wrestling clips. I mean, y'all can do a lot of great things, man, where big guys can do it back then. So it's like I said, I don't know what's in the genes now today with you big guys, but y'all can definitely move and do a lot of great things.
Yeah, I remember the guys back then when I used to grow up. I'm 36, and I grew up watching a lot of those bigger guys. They had a background powerlifting and football, but it wasn't like they was actually real athletes. They were just big and strong. Yeah. You got guys now that are athletes. I've done a lot of athletic stuff from basketball, football. I was in the military. I know how to move. I did martial arts. I can translate that. Hey, Hacksaw Jim Duggan wasn't doing any of that stuff when he was growing up. He was just a car boy. So, of course, his stuff was limited. That's what it is. And the generation is it's going to move that way. The only thing I have against it is I feel like sometimes it's too gymnastics and people are not using their spots when they should. If I see a guy do a moonsault 1,000 times, it's not going to be impressive to me. But when I see somebody who doesn't do it, and I think he can do it one time, that stands out. So I believe less is still more. It's just now guys who can do it feel like they have to do it all the time when they don't have to.
Exactly. Man, also you got that military background experience. Have you ever had a time where you wanted something you learned in the military, maybe a certain move, and did you want to add it to the wrestling ring where you were like, I don't know, man. Like,
no, I used to think that, but now most of the things I do, from a lot of submission holds, how I break somebody down, I do trips, leg takedowns. May not be the most pretty move, but it's effective, and it leads to where I need to go. If it's something I need to get somebody to take it down quickly, it's going to work.
Yeah, whatever, like I said, Stonewall's like whatever works. I'm gonna get the win and beat people up. So, yeah. And I want to say, everybody, if you're watching Off the Top Rope Saturday night in prime time, like I said, this episode, like I said, is too solid of an episode because the reason why it's solid because we got Stonewall Remons in the house. Like I said, he is up and coming. North Texas wrestling. This guy has a big year coming up. So if you're watching the ropes right now, put it on. Leave a comment in the box. I'll read it on the air if you have a question for my man, Stonewall Remons, because he is live tonight on the show. Now, Stonewall, we talked a lot about what you did for, Dustin Wrestling, Dustin's Wrestling Academy. And the question I made this for, like, damn good Dustin, because he is a legend. Now, like I said, top graduate, of his legendary place, top 6 talent showcase, which, like I said, round of applause for that. Was there a time where, like, Dustin gave you direction, like, about wrestling, but you kind of didn't see his direction at first, but then when you backed up and looked at it, you were like, he was right all along. Like, did you ever?
I mean, no, the whole time. I mean, I have a strong belief in myself. So if I feel like I know something, I will, without trying to be disrespectful, I'll be like, well, I can't do it like this. I will question things. So in the beginning, it was a hard learning experience because, you had to pretty much just be quiet and he showed you something and taught you something. You do it that way. And then eventually stuff started clicking in my head, like from a certain way of how we put a headlock on. I did a whole different type of hold. I used to do my grips differently from when I used to wrestle and do Greco-Roman wrestling. The holds, the way he shot his grips, I was like, wow, I gotta switch it up. It felt weird. But then when I started doing it and seeing it, I saw the reason why, or why you do this, why you take your placement here, why you move this way, how you step in the ring. Like everything had meaning for it. Everything had a reason behind it. And like I honestly look like in the military. You'll be told to do things, you don't know why, but you'll find out why, and it'll eventually reveal itself why you do it and why it's important. It was the same way there. Everything I learned at Rose Wrestling Academy made me better 100% over like months. We have guys that was there for wrestling 5 years and they got better. Like whatever your experience level was, he was gonna get you better. He made somebody who never took a bump in the ring before. The guy who actually wrestled, never wrestled before a day in his life, and was able to do the showcase. So if there's somebody that I feel like who could teach anybody, it's definitely him.
Yeah. Like I said, props to Dustin, what he's doing. Like I said, props to you, Stonewall, because you learn from him. People going to be learning from you. Like I said, I mean, it's definitely like what you've accomplished. And I've said it probably 100 times on the show. I'm proud of what you're doing. And I want to ask you this too, because you seem like the type of person that you would do this. Have you ever had a time where you wrestled somebody smaller than you and they're just trying to hit you and it's not working, and then you look down like this guy? Have you ever had that time where you like like a small guy trying to hit you and you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
never had small guys trying to hit me. Small guys thinking they're going to try to do some type of shoulder block or drop kick and thinking it's going to knock me down. Like, why do you think that's going to make me fall? I don't know if you heard of the Russell Trends. Believe it or not, that was my second match ever. And they're doing their big thing. They're a very hot upcoming tag team around there. And they did a drop kick on me. And I guess they thought it was going to make me fall. And they both looked shocked and surprised. And then I hit them after that. But yeah, some people are not smart about how they go about their matches.
Stonewall, you have, like I said, the greatest opportunity. You know a lot about the great state of Texas. Texas is booming with wrestling, no matter what the promotion is. Like, what is it about the state of Texas where wrestling is hot? Because there's so many promotions in Texas. I mean, North Texas Wrestling, Mission Pro with Thunder Rosa running that. There's so many. Like, what is, you got to explain it. What is it about Texas that is booming?
Texas, for one, is a big freaking state. Texas has deep history in wrestling. I honestly never knew much about Texas wrestling until I moved here. I'm from Virginia. I moved to Texas during COVID. And the funny thing is, that's how I started training because of that, because I couldn't find where to train at. Texas is Texas, and where other places were shut down, Texas was still going. And I kind of think that helped out a lot because even in that clip you seen, you saw I wrestle against Shane Taylor, big name, former Ring of Honor champion. He moved to Texas during the COVID time and, started working the shows there. A lot of guys who needed work, who wasn't with bigger promotions like WWE or AEW or Impact, who was smaller promotions that was getting closed down because of COVID, went to Texas because Texas and Florida were the two states that pretty much didn't care about COVID and was being open. Do I believe it was right morally? That's not my place to say, but I kind of think that's why Texas is even bigger now because of nobody shut down. They was open. And while places was shutting down, they were opening up more promotions. So everybody came to Texas to wrestle because they knew they could work there.
Hey, it was crazy. We all know about the pandemic, but wrestling, but it should be hashtag for the pandemic. Texas, we don't give a shit. We still gonna be open. So anyway, so that's
100%. Like I'm pretty sure Texas was already big because of wrestling because it's Texas, but I can't deny that. I'm pretty sure COVID helped Texas make it even bigger.
Like I said, hey, much respect to Texas for doing their thing. Texas is huge history of wrestling, and it's going to get even better, year after year after year with you, North Texas Wrestling. It's just a great time to be a wrestling fan. I can't express that enough here on Off the Top Rope. Now, Stonewall, you, of course, we're going to take this show. We're going to flip it. Like I said, it's time for some North Texas wrestling talk.
like I said, you're one of their newest additions. Like I said, you've taken that roster and made it even bigger because they got a lot of big stars, and you're the new addition to that roster as well. Like what was it about North Texas wrestling that you saw where you were like, man, they could use some Stonewall to kick ass?
Nobody's invited me there. I stand out because I am legitimate. I'm not trying to diss nobody there. I'm a very friendly person. Like I said, outside the ring, I'm going to be your friend if I need to. I'm going to help out, be nice. It's inside the ring, it's a whole different thing. It's my job. But no one brings the intensity I bring. Nobody has a legitimate background that I have. And no one's going to actually do what they say they're going to do. Even in NTW, we have some great people there working. But if you look at them and look at what I do, it's two completely different stories. May not be a champion now, but down the road is no reason why I can't dominate there. They're a nuts young company. They're upstart, like I'm an upstart, so I relate to that. They're learning the ropes. Everybody's trying to get better. They're trying to grow their name. It's going to be ups and downs. I'm going through ups and downs, so I can relate to what NTW is and what it's trying to do. And what I feel like I can and be and will be is the face of NTW. We relate to each other, both going to stand out. And if NTW wants to stand out and be something, I believe the intensity, the aggression, the realism that I bring will be the face of what NTW can bring and have out and trying to get more people to match it.
Man, we talked about Texas. You got Stonewall being added to North Texas Wrestling. Them tickets will be final door. They're going to be hot. Now, Stonewall, I want to ask you, of course, like I said, North Texas Wrestling, they're up and coming, and so are you as well. How far do you think you're away from going after down the road the North Texas Wrestling World Heavyweight title? Because being a wrestler, that's what you want, is the world title. So, I mean, is that –
That's not up to me to decide. That's up to the management there. If it's not North Texas Wrestling, somebody else, I wait till when they say it's ready for me to go. I'm just going to keep beating whoever they put in front of me.
That's right.
Eventually, they're going to run out of people to put in front of me. They're going to have no choice but to put the title.
Yeah. Well, like I said, anybody go against you. When they say, you know, you got to go against Stonewall, your world title. I feel bad for you because, like you said, whoever's in front of you, they're going down. Like it don't matter. So that's it. So I mean, it's pretty much that simple. Now, of course, like I said, we're talking some North Texas wrestling right now here on Off the Top Rope Saturday night. Now, of course, I know he definitely saw something, you know, in Stone. We all know the awesome Deshaun Good who runs North Texas Wrestling, hell of a guy. Now, Stonewall, what do you think he saw in you where he knew NTW, they need some Stone up in here? What do you think Deshaun saw in you? Because promoters, they look around, see what talent they can get. What do you think he saw in you?
I know the fact that I went to Rose Wrestling Academy because I got linked up or introduced to him while I was still there. It helped out 100%. Having somebody who got trained by somebody like that and having that background will always help any company. But I also know, speaking with me, how I carry myself, what I do, I'm normally one of the earliest people there when we set up. Unless I have somewhere to go, I will stay back, just do what I have to do. I take charge when I need to take charge. I don't overstep my boundaries. If I get asked to do something, I do it. Other than that, I just stay to myself. I'm respectful, I'm professional. So I know my professionalism calls attention. Of course, him seeing what I do in the ring, obviously solidified it. Yeah, but I like to say this is my professional. I personally believe, and something I would say a lot of younger talent don't understand, how you can be the most amazing person in the ring, but if you are a asshole or jerk in the backstage, nobody's going to want to deal with you. Yeah, so I always try to be professional, always try to be helpful, and that to me helps out with anything for when somebody sees something to me. That's to me was what gets me on more shows where they see how I carry myself.
And you being, like I said, the humble, great attitude that you have, when like Deshaun has seen that, you know, Dustin has seen that like you said, and wrestlers networking, they can say, yo, Stonewall, he has a great attitude, you know, bring him in. Like you said, your attitude can carry you over where you have like the darkest cloud in the sky messing stuff up, and all the clouds move away like, nah, we don't want to deal with you. So, and like I said, and I really, aspiring wrestlers, listen to what Stonewall is saying. You got a bad attitude, get rid of it, because you're going to be pretty much screwed if you have a bad attitude in wrestling. It's not needed. It's not going to help you out. Listen to what the man Stonewall is saying. But that's really good advice, Stonewall, for aspiring wrestlers to know.
100%. You can see in the bigger companies, The only person I think that got away with it for a certain degree was Shawn Michaels, and that was at a certain point, but eventually he had to go. Yeah. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you have a bad attitude, you're not carrying yourself, you think you're a prima donna, you think you're this, and you don't have to do anything to help out, no one's going to want to deal with that. They can find somebody else to take your spot. Your spot can always be taken. Does not think, nobody should ever think that they are their king of that spot or nobody's going to ever touch them. No. If you show out and you mess up something with somebody else, wherever travel, those people are not going to mess with you. They're not going to want to deal with you. And eventually you're going to have nowhere to go. And you want to start an apology campaign or something. Your attitude will get rid of you no matter how good you are.
Hashtag I apologize to all the wrestling companies. That's great. Now, Stonewall, this is your first time on the top room, of course. Like I said, this has been amazing broadcast. Like I said, man, you are a great, humble guy, hungry. I can't wait to see what you're going to do after this show ends tonight. But I'm going to try to stump you on this next segment. I think you'll like this question. You ready for it?
Go.
All right, here we go. We're going to roll with this next segment here.
Damn, Ty. That's good.
Right, the question. All right, the question is, of course, for Stonewall. Now, we're going to get creative, Stonewall. Now, if you could create your own wrestling match that has to do with Texas, what would it be?
I don't know if I would like to do it, but I think it would be fun. I like submissions. I like hard hitting. Something that I haven't seen in a long time. I don't know how I would make it work, but you know the Texas strap match, right? So you have a strap, but then you have to go around and hit 4 corners. Yeah. Nobody does that anymore. I want to do something dealing with that, but make it deal with some type of submission. I don't know how to make it work.
Yeah, I like that.
I like submissions. Yeah, I like submissions, and I always the 4-corner bullwhip match. Nobody does that anymore. So I'd be okay with just doing that because I don't know if that's where it came from in Texas, but the first time I've ever seen it was in Texas, old school watching Texas matches. And then, you know, last time I seen it and that I know of on a big stage was Stone Cold versus Savio Vega, and they went around.
Yeah.
So that match by itself, I will honestly be happy doing that and call it some type of Texas 4-corner match. But I love submissions. And speaking of that, I kind of have one coming to call the tape submission match, tape fist submission match, where we can actually use hands coming up in Arkansas. So I don't know. I guess just go ahead and say, because I can't think of a way to make it work. Yeah. To say a Texas 4-corner bullwhip match where you have to touch all 4 corners in succession to win the match.
You got me thinking about that. So it'd be a Texas bull rope match submission, man. I'm thinking about this tonight, man. I'm trying to.
That was a good question, but that would be some ways I would try to figure it out. Maybe like you can't do submission holds till somebody hits all 4 corners, or I don't know.
Man, that would be like that would like a Texas bull rope submission match. Like I said, everybody watching the show, like I said, definitely hit up Stonewall on social media if you got an answer, because I'm thinking about this too, because as wrestling fans, we think about stuff like this. So, but I'm glad you like the question, but Stonewall, keep thinking about that. So, because I will come to see that and you make somebody tap out in a book. Yeah, I love that. So anyway, I definitely do like that. Now, Stonewall, of course, like I said, you're so busy. You got matches coming up. Like I said, February, March. So I made this for you. I want you to slam and promote this bad boy because you got a lot of stuff coming up. So, like I said, I got your social media up there. So, like I said, let us know right now who is Stonewall going to be beating up next, because you got March, February. My man, let it go.
So in February, it's actually 2 back-to-back shows with King of Sports. That's the one right there. I'm part of a group called Heart International. I team up with Hayden Christopher. And the funny thing is Christopher Hayden, I mean, he's younger than me, but he's also a wrestler since he was 18. So I call him like my big little brother, meaning like he's been doing it longer, but he's still younger than me. We're going against Riker James, who is a Texas strong style champion for that company, and Noby Bryan, who's the #1 contender for the regional Texas champion there. And then the following week, next week, on February 25th, me and Hayden will be going against Nate Collins, who's from DFW All-Pro, well-known around here, and Emilio Guzman with a debuting manager by the name of Charles Murphy. And then the one I'm really looking forward to that's on the left, I've been following Jace Olsen for a while. He's British. He's from London, but he's wrestles in Texas since the COVID, as we talked about. He was back a few. But he's a man, even though I'm more of a trash talking person, He's very stoic, and he calls himself the Ronin. He rarely follows that, but the man's a true warrior, and that's something I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, that's when I get my first championship, because it's for the inaugural Gladiator Championship title there. That's going to be a hard-hitting match. If anybody get to see what I can do and what I want to do and how I want to be pushed, that's going to be the match to see. I know he's going to push me to the limits, and I'm going to enjoy every bit of it.
Man, like I said, you got such a busy, like I said, February, March. And do you have any, or like I said, if you not tonight, you definitely post on social media. Do you have any upcoming North Texas wrestling work coming up? Because I mean, you're busy with them too as well.
We're waiting to see coming back. At this point right now, I believe we're supposed to be coming back sometime in March or April. I haven't got word when. Whenever it is, I'm ready because we go on Sundays, and I have nothing usually on Sundays. I know that I'm going to be facing. I know that they like to bring names that have something or talent that can do work, and I'm usually the premier person they put that talent against. I am putting it out there. I'm not sure if it's been talked to, but I did put it out there to management that I want to face Alex Kane. He likes to say "Boombaye," which translates to kill him. I'm with that energy. So if they could somehow get Alex Kane by March or April, I would love that, and I would love to have that match there. If not, whoever they get, I'm pretty sure will be a great person. The end result, no matter what, would be me with my hand raised.
Man. Now, Stonewall, I got to ask you, from 1 to 10, would you ever come back on Off the Top Rope again so we could talk some wrestling?
Oh, 100%. I'm 100. I enjoy my time here. I like the atmosphere. I like the feeling. Yeah, I definitely will. Hopefully, I have more fans to be following me by then that we can grow, that help your show grow too.
Man, like I said, you got the fans, you got the work ethic, man. That's where it's gotten you where you are today. Stonewall, I want to thank you very much for taking your time to be on Off the Top Rope Saturday night in prime time. And most of all, man, God bless. I'm proud of you. Keep beating people up, man. And you will have gold on both shoulders and probably around your waist too, man. So keep doing what you're doing, my brother.
Can I say one thing before we go?
Oh, absolutely.
If anybody like what they see, you can follow me on all social media platforms at Stonewall Remson. I'm very Googleable. You can type that in. But if there's somewhere you want to see me fight at, if there's somewhere you want to see a promotion catch my attention, I see what the whole hashtag "Let Them Fight" movement is. All I want you to do is @ Stonewall Remson, either Facebook or Instagram, wherever it's at, and make sure you put the hashtag "Let Them Fight." Promoters, no matter how much they want to say, they can pick who they want. Promoters always listen to fans because fans bring money. So if you like my attitude, if you want to see how intense I can bring or how real I can make a match bring, whatever promotion it is, I don't care if it could be Texas, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, Louisiana, anywhere in this area I can make a drive to. I don't care where it is, how big it is, how small it is. If you want to see me there, put @ Stonewall Remson, hashtag "Let Them Fight." And let's get this movement going. I want to fight everyone, everywhere, at any time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it first. He wants to fight everybody, and fans coming in April, like you said. Let him fight. Like I said, we're going to join this campaign. We're going to fight with Stonewall. And like I said, promoters, he is willing to travel. No matter where it is, like I said, Texas, Virginia, wherever, Georgia, wherever, he is ready to fight. And when he wants to fight, you know you're going to get a solid fight out of Stonewall Remson. Stonewall, my man, thank you very much for coming on Off the Top Rope, my brother. And like I said, keep doing what you're doing. 2023 is your year.
Yes, sir. You're Stonewall. Thank you again. I greatly appreciate this time. Can't wait to come back.
I'm your boy, Ty Asbury. Thank you for watching Off the Top Rope Saturday night prime time. Have a great night. God bless. Love yourselves. Love God. Peace out.
The Ropes Media. Ty Asbury. Yeah. Ty Asbury. Yeah. Every chance you get to hear us, you clear us. It's the time on the radio. My opinion. Every time you hear me now moving out, they're on the stereos. Every podcast live, you know the feeling. This is the time for me to speak. You know the healing. I'm telling the truth and everything I say in this moment. But my time, I guarantee there is no more opponents who really want to feel it. Every single night, we on doing this now when you're turning on the mic. Live recording, we on it. It's time